Guys went to Alcatraz this morning, and they all made it off the island.
Good.
And no one had to swim back. And then we had practice, our normal Thursday practice, which was good. So tonight we're going to have a team and family Christmas or holiday dinner, which is great. We'll sing some Christmas carols, and Santa will be there to give out the gifts, and it's families. It should be neat. So it's been a good trip so far, and practices have been great, and hopefully we can go out and play well.
What has this class meant to the program, the senior class?
Well, shoot, they've set the foundation of the culture that we're trying to build, and they've won a lot of games. If they can win this one, it'll be more than any class has ever won, I think, in a 4-year time, which is, to me, a great tribute to those young men, and the way they came in here and applied themselves and bought into what we're trying to become, and I think they've just set a great example for those that are following them.
Does it change anything having a bowl game that's kind of closer to home, or have families around a little bit more that are in the Bay Area?
Well, I think, I don't know if everyone's family is here, but I think most of the kids have their families here, and so I think that's fantastic for them. It's hard to be away in the holidays. You guys know that. You're away. And so to be able, like tonight, to gather and have their families there with them, and I've seen a lot of the moms in the lobby and ask me about when their kids can open presents, and it kind of makes you realize that you're still dealing with kids, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Sometimes they put the armor on and the helmet on, and we look at them and say they're men, but a lot of these guys are just kids still, whose moms and dads are worried about them opening presents on Christmas Day, so it keeps it in perspective.
So which coach is going to be Santa? Is that Clem? What are we talking about?
Well, the way you could maybe be Santa.
I could maybe do it.
Yeah, you could lighten that beard up a little bit.
It's already getting wet.
No, we actually have a Santa and an elf, so yeah, it'll be fun.
With it being the holidays, is there anything you say to them to get them kind of turn around and focus on the game the next day?
No, we'll go into our 48-hour routine. We had our normal practices today, our normal meetings this morning. The deviation was going to Alcatraz. I think tonight, just being together will be great for them. I think that'll keep them focused. And then tomorrow is very, very normal for us. I know it's Christmas Day, and it's unfortunate, but it's the day before a game, and so we've got to get into our routine, and that's what we'll do. So we'll start early with meetings at 7, and we'll go all day just like we normally would do on the day before a game.
With the offensive line depth, what it is, how
or is it,
or the lack of,
yeah.
I guess the other side of that is that some guys get reps that hadn't normally gotten reps during the season. How important was that for their development?
Well, I kind of said all week that I'm worried more about this game than anyone's development, but it's inevitable that there's going to be a guy or two that play that spot that, if Kenny doesn't go, that will get some work that they haven't gotten in the past, and it's against two really good defensive linemen, two really great interior defensive linemen. So we'll have our hands full, but I think in the long run it helps you. But really, what I'm more concerned about is Saturday, not the long run.
How's Powasi developed in his couple years in the program now?
Well, he's done well. It's just unfortunate this year he had the hand injury that set him back. He missed probably 8 to 10 weeks when he couldn't practice at all, after the surgery. So he's been back for a few weeks and he's done well, but he's made a lot of strides. It was, he's really coming along, and then when he had that injury, that set him back. It's the best reps you can get, the most experience you get is in games, and he hasn't been able to get a lot of that.
With just 1 or 2 days left, where have you seen Josh take the biggest steps in his first year?
A lot of areas, but I think developing as a leader, and just the way he handles himself every day around his teammates, and I think it's represented by the way that they treat him and the respect that they show him, and him in turn the respect he shows them. I mean, it's just he's got a really great relationship with his teammates, all of them. Not just the other quarterbacks or the receivers or the backs, but the offensive line, the defense. he seems to be very well liked and very well respected, and I don't think that's easy for a true freshman with all the allocates that he's got. You know, sometimes that might alienate them from their teammates, and in no way has it, because he's very gracious. You know, he thinks about the team, he thinks about his teammates, and if you hear him talk, he talks about his team and his teammates more than he ever talks about himself, and I think the players recognize that and they appreciate it. And so that's an off-the-field thing.
Mm-hmm.
On the field, just as a decision maker, you know, I think every time you take a snap, whether it's a good snap or a bad snap, you have an opportunity to learn from it. I think Josh, you know, he puts the effort and the time into learning from, you know, what's happening during practice or during games.